Yo, 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 what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. Still out here, stuck. But, life goes on. Been a lot of trials and tribulations here lately, but I actually feel great. And what I wanted to talk to y'all about was something very, very simple. How we go forward in this breed. I know I haven't been doing a live, so this is a longer conversation. But one of the things that we have to get into in this breed, and I've been talking to some of the real OGs, not those guys that y'all think is OGs that fucked up the breed. But, we just have to get back on track and take things very, very serious. It's not that everybody has to agree. Believe it or not, my style of dog is different from Oscar's. My style of dog is, different from Pratt's. Marco's dogs, even though I love them, it's somewhat of a different style of the dog that I breed. So it's not a thing of me being right or him being right, or that we're brothers. A lot of us, Memo, his style is different, you know what I mean? Danny from Top Shelf, his style is a little different, We all have but it's a slight variation, but we all agree on the parameters of the American Bully. It's not a bulldog. It's not a terrier. It's not any of those things. You know what I mean? It's an American Bully, a well-defined dog that was, the standard was written for, many years ago. And it wasn't written for a future dog, regardless of what people tell y'all. You know what I mean? It was written for the dogs of that time and perfecting, that dog. It's sad what it has come to. It's sad what this community has come to. And, we're going to redirect it, as I'm now getting closer. The TBKC, everything that I do with the TBKC, everything that I talk about with the TBKC is going to be about perfecting the breed. Throughout my career as a breeder or whatever, I've turned down tons of money, literally. And I'm not bragging on myself, but that's well documented. I've turned down the extreme money. I've turned down the exotic money. I've turned down the ABKC money, because I believe in this breed. I believe in doing the right things by the dog and not turning my back on one of the things that have made me known worldwide, that's got people inviting me to do things worldwide. And this breed has fallen on hard times because of the mentality. When people are introduced to this breed and they start asking simple questions like, did you health test, or did you temperament test? Did you DNA test? And people cuss them out and say, hey, man, you just must be one of them people who ain't spending no money and this, that, and start talking about names and how popular the dog is and how much somebody paid for it. We failed as a community. And I mean that in the utmost. When you start talking about, like, for instance, as I told y'all, I've been heavily involved in the Rottie here lately, just using them as my therapy dogs. And plus, that's where I started, so I love them. And having those conversations, it's giving me a better intellect on what dogs are. It's very, very normal for their community. You have to have hip testing. You know what I mean? You have to have a lot of different testing on the dogs. I seen one dog in particular. It was amazing. This dog had like so many different types of testing and awards, and really pretty much they tested everything on this dog for everything. And it was amazing. They did the, what do they call those stuff? I forget the exact name, but they had over 8 judges who were pretty much considered to be experts in the Rottweiler field, analyze the dog and tell what they thought of the dog as far as what the dog was, percentage-wise to the breed. And it was amazing just to see a folder of information on the dog. Yet and still, this particular dog, his puppies were selling for the price of, roughly, 8 to 10,000, which is a lot for a Rottie. The craziest part about this is we have people who are bragging. I seen a post today from one of our local idiots, $100,000 reserved and this, that, and the other. Based off of what? Coming from a line of dogs that are well known to die at a young age. You know what I mean? And then if these things are brought up and questioned, it becomes a long, slanderous contest. It becomes, it's really the lowest of the low, and I can only speak from my perspective, you know what I mean? Is that if y'all talk to me on this thing, you know one of the things that I'm very much into is health. I don't promise you that every dog is going to be perfect. Another dumb mentality in this community. I see people bitch and moan and cry like suckers if your puppy doesn't turn out to be the next great legend. Guess what? In breeding dogs, I don't care how great the stock is, you're going to have pet quality dogs. If you've got a pet quality dog, that's okay. If the breeder told you that they thought that there was going to be a show quality or breeding quality dog, that breeder should be willing to work with you to try to replace those dogs to make something better. You know what I mean? But so many of you like cry like little bitches, and I don't care who gets mad about it if your dog doesn't turn out. And I see this all over the community. Guess what, people? There's elite stock. The show ring was meant for elite stock. The dogs that are winning in the show ring should actually be great stock. They should be as close to perfect as you can possibly provide. So many of you have gotten stuck in the American bully community. You don't even know what the show ring is about, because we have grand champions who are all fucked up. We have champions that are all fucked up. It's ridiculous. Let's just put it that way. Yes, I'm out walking, as y'all can figure out. But the whole situation is ridiculous, because as we look at this situation, how does a grand champion, you know what I mean, not have proper testing on his heart, lungs, elbows, this, that, and the other? I mean, literally, we have, one individual in particular that y'all know who got all in his feelings about me, just saying that you shouldn't breed a dog with elongated palates, that the dog is a grand champion, and is in our community considers this dog to be great. Meanwhile, he's producing a high level of breathing issues. The show ring, if y'all don't know what it's about, this is where the breeding stock is actually supposed to come from. This is where you pick the finest of dogs to go forward in the breed. I'm sorry, but if your dog has a heart murmur, if your dog has kinked tails, if your dog has severe high rear, if your dog has problems moving, if your dog has bad paws, all of these different things, that is not a dog that we should be pushing forward with the breed. Especially now, don't get me wrong. There is a such thing as breed stock where the dog might have a minor issue, and you're using one of these high quality champions to balance that out. And when I say minor, I mean very minor. It's something that, you know what I mean, just might put it right outside the realm of being a show dog, but not a dog who's just totally screwed up. We have to re-educate. We have to get back to analyzing our dogs, you know what I mean, and doing the proper things with these dogs. One thing that I can promise y'all is that our champions will be champions. It will be hard to get a champion in the TBKC. I know it's been a long time coming. I can hear everybody's smart remarks or whatever. I give two fucks about that. At the end of the day, we need to set the bar high again to where our dogs are measuring up to what other people's dogs are. If you can't do that, then you'll never, ever get this breed to respectability. I say names, Bashar and the whole Get Along gang at the ABKC and the rest of these clowns. They are not real dog men. Their tactics, their morals, and what they do with dogs would not survive in any other breed, would not be allowed in the UKC, would not be allowed in the AKC, and definitely would not be allowed in some of the bigger breeds. And that's why, in some of the bigger kennel clubs around the world. And that's why some of these people are banned in the around the world, and other countries won't screw with them. It's just that simple. We've seen the Rocco blood constantly dying. How many dogs was it last week? I don't care which one of you pull from that, the dogs are dying, but y'all are still pushing this shit as it's something great, and more we're getting a black eye. We've seen the imaginary, giant double XL dogs, and all of a sudden they're Merles, and all of a sudden they this and they that. They're mixing South African Bordeaux into these dogs for more size. These dogs are killing people's kids, literally killing people's kids, and y'all accept that. The American bully community needs to get their fucking shit together, or there will be no breed. And it's sad because it started off as something that was very, very, very much so about improving the breed, about making a breed that would be well represented, could be the anti-bad dog reputation for the bully community. And we've turned it into basically doubling down, tripling down on saying that we are the worst community in the entire world. We need to change that shit. If you're not looking for high quality dogs, you shouldn't even think about buying one of these dogs. And more so, you damn sure shouldn't think about breeding it. I'll take it a step further. one of the criticisms that I got over the years was, why do you do those deals sometimes? Why do you do those deals sometimes? You know why? Denzel has one of the greatest legacies in American bully history, if not the greatest, when you talk about an overall body of work. Look at all the kids that I can post off of Denzel. You know why I can post such great kids off of it? Because I put money out of the picture and I put the dogs first. When it was Joe Smo who couldn't afford a $4,000 or $5,000 stud, guess what I said? Okay, give me $1,000 and we'll do a puppy back. Giving him the opportunity to do a great breeding. Giving him the opportunity on some cases where people produced 4 and 5 champions. In some cases, people produced champions in 4 or 5 registries. You know what I mean? Creating a legacy that's undeniable, not on top of the shit that I produced myself. That's because I went legacy, champion, and quality dogs over the money. Now, it's not to say that if you get a pup back, you're going to go broke, because the pup itself will sell for a couple dollars. So you make something, and you'll definitely be able to feed the dogs and pay the bills. And I'm talking about dog bills, by the way. But ultimately, it was the mentality of making something great. It wasn't just saying that I'm great because I can convince you to buy something for a certain price. I could have always held it. Mandela. Y'all seen how Mandela looked in his prime. He was better than all of them other dogs that y'all was talking about. They didn't want to size up to him. He moved great, breathed great, everything. He's an old man now, but he had great lineage. And I'm talking about in his prime. That's why I keep on saying had. And, you know, the dog was the dude in his prime. I got plenty of offers to breed him to bullshit. Guess what I did? No, thank you, sir. I'll continue to make quality dogs. Some of the stuff y'all see me posting off of him, some of the things that have never been done by another American bully stud have been done by Mandela, and that was by putting the cost aside. This is why I do the deals, because yeah, sometimes I do want to sit on the stud fee, and some people do pay the $4,000 sometimes, or whatever the case may be. It's rare because I like to work the deals one way or the other. Also gives me a chance to get some blood back off of my dogs if I really like their blood. But the ultimate thing has always been about making better dogs, setting the bar high. This is why I can post up 200 champions if I want to. That's directly off of my studs or have been produced directly in my yard. That's what I'm saying. It's about creating quality. My dogs have dominated in many registries. They have dominated in registries. I got champions in the EBKC, got champions, of course, ABKC, BBCR before they went down, UBKC before they went down, actually first titles in those registries. You name it, my dogs have champed out there. You know what I'm saying? The BRC champions over there. I think I said UKC, but also AKC, agility champions. Championship dogs at high level places is what I look forward to. You know, that's the passion. And I think a lot of y'all have lost the passion in a battle for sales. And now y'all have seen the result. The level of dogs that we're seeing dying left and right, the amount of dogs that are sick. I mean, let's just be realistic. If you're buying these dogs, you have 3 years. 3 years max. All these dudes who are convincing you like some little high school kids that if you don't have the Jordans that you don't mean shit because you can't afford it. That's the game they running on y'all, and some of y'all are 50 years old still falling for that shit. Y'all know those dogs are unhealthy. You know that they're dying, and you know that they're not quality animals. At the end of the day, all you're doing is helping puppy mill and destroy this breed. I'm begging you all to reconsider how you're doing things, health tests. Get on a level that you're making top-notch, high-quality dogs. It's just that simple. Health tests, x-rays. You know what I mean? Go for the analysis that you need to make a better dog, and have judges. With us, it's going to be Skip Miller. I'll have Oscar Gomez sometimes. I'll have definitely Marco Suarez. I'll have, of course, myself. I'll have Danny Novoa. And I'll have some very, very good judges from other breeds that will help, you know, analyze the dogs and tell you if this is a breed quality dog. But we got to do better. If we want this breed to be taken seriously, we have to do better. But we will be going live. Like I told y'all, had a bunch of drama with shipping going on, so I got shut down for about 4 or 5 days. Great opportunity to bond with my grandkids and see my son and different things of that nature. But it sucks that now I'm in another situation where I'll have to sue somebody's ass. But it is what it is, man. God bless y'all. Much love. Keep it bully. Peace.